Guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I have been teasing this series for quite a long time, and it has taken me this long to compile my list, to take all of my copious notes, to really finalize all of my opinions on the plethora of sunscreens that I have in my collection. So I am starting a sunscreen series, and this is not going to be one video after another. I'm going to intersperse them once every couple of weeks. And I'm gonna have some kind of sunscreen theme for each video. So today we're gonna talk about the best and maybe not so best body sunscreens that I have tried. I've got a tinted sunscreen video coming up. I've got best under makeup. I've got best sheer. I've got a miscellaneous list. I really like sunscreen. There have been some things going around the sometimes wonderful, sometimes not so wonderful world of the internet where people are saying you shouldn't wear sunscreen. If you are someone who does not believe sunscreen is important, this video and probably all of my content is maybe not going to be for you, because I am a huge advocate for sunscreen. Chad, my husband, has had 2 rounds of skin cancer removed from his back. Luckily, they were able to get all of the cancer and it was on his back. I know people who aren't so lucky and have scars like his on their face or their chest or their arms or much more visible places. It's just not something I mess around with. So not only is it important for me to wear sunscreen for that aspect, but the sun is responsible for 80% of aging. This is a beauty channel. I want to age well. I don't want to not age because, well, that's not necessarily a good alternative. I know I'm gonna age. That is the natural process. But if I can do it well, why not? And sunscreen is a huge part of that. So I'm someone who wears it 365 days a year, whether I'm outside, inside, raining, sunny, cold, hot, doesn't matter to me. I talk often about my favorite face sunscreens, but I have not, to my knowledge, ever delved into the body category. Do I always wear sunscreen on my body? No. Should I? Yes. I wear it on my chest, and I try to remember to wear it on my arms at all times, at least when my arms are going to be shown, like if I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt versus a sweater. And if I were really vigilant, I would put it on my legs as well if I was going outside. Now, if I am at the pool or the beach, yes, sunscreen's gonna be head to toe. So I have 7 sunscreens that I'm gonna talk about today that are technically, at least most of them, marketed for the body. Now, what is the difference between a body and a facial sunscreen? Sometimes not that much of a difference. The body sunscreens are almost always gonna be in bigger bottles. Some are marketed for face and body. Some are just marketed for body. And those tend to be, at least in my experience, a little bit thicker. Maybe takes a little bit more time to rub in and is not as cosmetically elegant underneath makeup. So those are the main differences between face and body sunscreens, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go through what I have. I'm gonna tell you my very favorite at the end, and I'm gonna tell you if there's any pros and cons as we go along. This first one I'm gonna talk about is in a little bit of a smaller bottle, and I don't necessarily wear this on like a pool day or a beach day all over my body, but this is one that I like on my arms especially, and it is the Nivea UV Super Water Gel SPF 50. I really like the pump. I'm gonna show these kind of as many places as I can. It comes out in a more, I guess, white gel-like texture, but you can see as it is rubbed in, it definitely does not have any kind of cast. Now, this is not a mineral sunscreen. Mineral is going to be comprised of either titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, or a combination of both. This is not one of those. It has absolutely no scent to my nose. It sinks in beautifully. This is one that could be used on the face, and I have heard of a lot of people that do use it on their face and love it. The reason I don't is because this does have a pretty high alcohol content in it, and it's just not something that feels as good on my face. It's not something that I really want to put on my face. But again, a lot of people love it for that. But this is very, very, very easy to just slather all over my arms and my hands in the morning after I put on my facial sunscreen and be out the door. It dries down very fast. There's no tackiness left at all. I could bump into something and it's not going to transfer. It's not going to stick. It does its job. It feels like nothing on my arms. So this is why I like to use that. So that is why I like to use this on my arms and my chest especially. Now, could you use it all over? Most definitely. It's just going to go by a lot faster like that because it's not the biggest bottle. This is also not very water resistant at all, which is another reason I choose not to use it on pool and beach days. But it serves its purpose fine for days where I'm just out and about and I need a little bit more protection or want a little bit more protection on the visible areas of skin. So the Nivea UV Super Water Gel SPF 50. I have two other chemical sunscreens that I will talk about. So again, not a mineral based, at least not fully. I'll go ahead and talk about those and then the remainder will be 100% mineral. This first one is my youngest daughter's SPF of choice. Both of my girls, I have just really hit home as soon as they were able to start putting this on themselves about how it absolutely has to be done every single day. They are also very picky about the consistency, the texture, how it feels on their skin. My oldest much prefers Korean sunscreens, K-Beauty sunscreens, and she loves the beauty of Joseon. My youngest has chosen this, the Elta MD UV Sport. Now, I have no idea what she did with the cap, and that's why it doesn't have one, but it comes in a very nice 7-ounce bottle, and this is an SPF 50 with an 80-minute water resistance. So this is something she wears every single day on her face, and when she remembers her arms. She doesn't always remember that, but she does use it every day on her face. It specifically says full body sunscreen, and this is one that I feel like works great on both body and face. It is comprised of zinc oxide, octinoxate, and octisalate. So it is a combination of chemical and physical filters. It comes out white, but again, when you rub it in, it disappears. So you can't see anything. It does leave a nice little shine, and I feel like it really just perks up her complexion when she wears this. I can always tell when she has it on. It doesn't make her look oily, but it does give a really pretty glow to the face. So again, this is one that she wears all over. I will often wear this at the pool or the beach because I know she already has it and it works great. Elta MD is one of my very favorite SPF brands, period. You will find something you like. I have no doubt about that within their line. They have so many options. But again, this is my youngest daughter. She is 11. It is her favorite sunscreen and it stays in her bathroom and she uses it daily. Thank goodness. And then the last, this is a chemical filter sunscreen, and this one was actually not my favorite. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen Body. Now, if you've heard me talk about the Supergoop Glow Screen that they make for the face, you know I love it. I keep it in my kit and I use it very often on clients' décolleté because it gives the perfect amount of sheen without looking glittery or Tin Man-y or anything that's going to maybe make them feel a little uncomfortable. It's just a very, very pretty finish. So when I saw Glow Screen Body, I was all about it and I decided to purchase it. Now, one thing I will say, and this is not going to be for everybody, but I purchased it mid-year in 2022 and it expired in January of this year. So I have not used it since it expired. I bought it straight from the Supergoop website. I wish there was a way to check expiration before you purchase sunscreens. I typically don't have issues with them expiring within 6 months. And honestly, if you're getting something and that's your sole sunscreen, it shouldn't matter if it expires within 6 months. It should be gone within that time frame, but I have a lot. So I didn't get as much use out of this, but that's okay because I didn't love it as much. And I'll tell you why. It comes out like this. And then when you rub it in, it rubs in fine. I wore this, I took this one to Disney and I wore it all over my legs, all over my arms. It totally disappears as most chemical filter sunscreens do. The issue I have with this is that it's not necessarily a sheen only. It is glitter particles and they are very evident. You're not going to probably be able to see them through the camera. It does look like a very pretty sheen, right? But when you look up, and especially when you put it on such a large area as your leg, it becomes very obvious that you have some sparkles going on. And it's just not the look that I go for. I'm not a glitter on the body type of person. If you are, you're gonna love this. I did not burn or really even get any color using this. The actual protection is great. I just don't like the cosmetic finish of it. Wasn't my favorite. Let's talk about one that is one of Chad's favorites. And this is from Color Science, and this is a very old bottle I was able to pull out from the very back of his drawer that's gone, and he didn't put it in my empties. But this is the Sunforgettable Total Protection Body Shield, and this is SPF 50, and this is in the shade Bronze. So they have the regular body shield, and then they have one that has this color to it. I don't know if there's gonna be any left. I'll be able to just take a little bit off of the cap. See that color right there? But then when you rub it in, it's not super evident. He just doesn't like anything with a cast to it. And this is really something that does not have a cast. It's a very pretty finish. It sinks in really well. It's Color Science, so it's gonna be all mineral. Really like that one, especially if you're someone who absolutely likes no cast or wants a little bit of color or is deeper in skin tone and wants a physical only or mineral only sunscreen. That's gonna be a great option. This is from the Organic Pharmacy, and it is the Cellular, I have the hardest time with that word, Protection Sunscreen, SPF 50, 3.4 ounces. It's pretty expensive, it's $69. But in their marketing, it says it's suitable for babies and even very sensitive skin. Says that it will increase your moisture on the skin with prolonged use after like about a month. I think they said it was like an 18% increase in moisture. It has aloe, shea butter, calendula, zinc oxide, little bit of titanium dioxide, but the majority is zinc. The main thing with this SPF, it is very nice. I actually really enjoy this one. Comes out, where is it? There it is. I need to get better at this. You'd think after as many years as I've been doing this. It comes out white, but you'll see it does sink in nicely. There's no cast whatsoever. It's a little tacky, but only for a few minutes before it completely dries down. The main thing with this though is it is very fragrant. It is the most fragrant of any of the ones that I've talked about. So far, none of the ones that I've talked about have much of a fragrance to me. This one definitely does. They say it is natural fragrance only. There's no synthetic fragrance added. And it's hard to say what it is. It's not like your sunscreen coconutty tropical smell. It is kind of like a fruity floral. It is very nice, but it is strong. So if you're someone who does not like a fragrance in their sunscreen, or if you're someone who likes to wear a fragrance in a perfume form and they don't want anything on their body to disturb that, mix with it, mess with it, make it maybe smell different, then this is not gonna be one for you. However, if you're at the pool or the beach, you likely don't have perfume on anyways, at least I don't. But for an everyday wear, if you just want to cover your arms and your hands and your neck, it's something to think about. Now, linalool is in the ingredient deck, and some say that can be sun sensitizing, which kind of defeats the purpose of a sunscreen. That is a personal decision as to whether or not you want to chance that or if you're fine with it. I have had no sun sensitivity using this product. And again, I like it. The main cons are going to be the high content of fragrance and the price. But other than that, I do like it. Another one that I have that is probably one of the most well-known sunscreen brands, especially for body sunscreens, at least in my opinion, is the Kula Mineral Body Sunscreen. And this is in the Tropical Coconut scent. This is a 5 fluid ounce bottle. It's $36, so definitely cheaper than the Organic Pharmacy, and has more product. And Kula is a very well-known SPF brand. Again, this is just zinc oxide at 14.2%. And even though it has that tropical coconut scent listed, so this is it right here. I'm gonna show you how it rubs in. Again, all mineral, but still no cast. This is, I mean, I can barely smell anything. Barely. In fact, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more scent from this, but I really don't smell anything. So if you're someone who sees tropical coconut and you're like, oh no, I don't want that, I wouldn't worry about it very much. This is an SPF 30, by the way. So it's not as high as the Organic Pharmacy either. So, you know, that could be a deciding factor as well. It's water resistant for up to 80 minutes. And honestly, as far as the all-around scent or lack of scent, how it blends in the skin, full sensorial experience, it's going to probably be my favorite mixed with Elta MD. So if you're someone who prefers a 30, this is my favorite. If you're someone who prefers a 50, this is my favorite. Also, this is a hybrid, chemical and physical, and this is just physical. So, you know, 2 deciding factors, but those are probably going to be my top favorite creams for the body. I said that I only had 7. I lied. I have 8 because this is one of the newer ones that I've added to my collection. This is from Vacation, and this is the Classic Lotion Broad Spectrum SPF 50, and this is a chemical sunscreen. I'm running out of places to put it. Probably can't even see that, but yeah, here we go. So rubs in really nicely. Honestly, you will find the most cosmetic elegance as a whole with chemical sunscreens versus mineral. This has the Vacation scent. If you have ever smelled it, this is old school sunscreen to me in the best possible way. Banana and coconut, very beachy, very nostalgic, which this brand is really known for. Even though I can smell this, it is still not as strong as this one. But again, chemical, physical. You're gonna make your decision that way. But this is one that really just gets me in the summer mood because of that, you know, light, subtle scent, very nostalgic, very good. So Vacation Classic Lotion SPF 50. Now the only other one that I have to talk about is actually a spray, and this is my favorite out of all of them. I had my favorite comprised of the creams. This one is the best spray sunscreen that I have ever used. Some people do not like spray sunscreens because they feel like you don't get a full coverage out of it. I do not spray a sunscreen on and then rub it in. I will spray it in my hand liberally and then apply it onto the body so that I feel like I'm getting as much of an opaque coverage as possible. This is from Elta MD, and it is the UV AOX Mist. This is an SPF 40. This says face and body. I have only tried it on the body, and it is fully physical, comprised of 14% zinc oxide. Another reason I love this is because most sprays that are physical will leave a cast, at least in my experience. They are very hard to rub in. I don't prefer them. My kids hate them. They will not wear one that is fully physical other than this one as a spray. And I'm gonna show you. Shake it up real good. Spray it in the hand. This is not near what I would use, don't worry. But you can see it's very white, okay? So here we go. Very white. Not very white, but look at that finish. Oh, it's like plastic. Makes your skin look like plastic. Look at how pretty that is. Love the finish. Love that it absolutely has no white cast. Love that it has great protection. It is Elta MD, and they are the most trusted by me SPF brand out there. This is the only SPF for the body that I took with me to Florida this summer. I wore it all day long, every day, and I did not get any amount of sun that I did not want to. I did not burn. I loved it so much. So definitely the star of the show out of this entire video, but the star of the show in general for body sunscreens for me. So this is my favorite for sure. That is the roundup of my body SPFs. Hopefully this was helpful. I will have everything listed down below and linked. I think I have a discount code for a couple of these. Let me know what your favorite sunscreen is for the body down below in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.